Good evening, viewers. Thank you for joining us on Global Entertainment TV show, and welcome to our show we call Entertainment, to our show we call Your Opinion, where we tackle the hottest topic in entertainment alongside with you, the viewers. So be sure to send in your opinion while the show goes on. Send us a message on WhatsApp or interact on your comment section as well. We would love to hear from you. Our topic for today is the blackout in North. Stephen, can you describe the current electricity situation in North?
Well, the current electricity situation in the north is not encouraging because they've been on blackout since probably 3 weeks or going to 4 now, and most of them are really complaining, and it's really affecting them economically, affecting them financially because most of these people, most of their business are capitalized on electricity, like those that sell frozen food now. I believe they don't have electricity to cool their products. So let's just give this out with barbers. Let's say barbers, those that mostly use electricity for their day-to-day activities. It's really affecting them. I don't think it's really affecting most people there in the north. The current situation is not encouraging at all.
Bella, do you have anything to add to what he has said?
I have something to add to it because electricity is life. If you need to look at it, it's life. It's working both way in every ways of our life. The health center, the business, and all that. Even the education as well. The electricity is life because if there is no electricity in the hospital now, how will someone that needed an urgent surgery go with
Mm-hmm.
it?
Yeah.
How is some of the vaccine that needed to be kept in the fridge be
Good
kept?
place. Yeah.
So all these things is really important, and then I feel like the government have to do something about it because it's bringing down a whole lot of things. The educational sector is coming down, the health sector is coming down, the business sector, the companies, almost everything is just coming down because it's been 3 weeks plus now, and then nothing has been done, and it's hardens because you have to see a whole lot of people that is going to be coming out of their business because firstly petrol is expensive, so before you think of getting the petrol now, it's already in a higher amount. How long are you going to continue to get petrol to sustain yourself till the electricity come into power?
Okay, so my other question is how has the blackout affected the businesses and the economic at large?
It has affected a whole lot of businesses. We can't lie about it. We know how many business that have gone around. Let me just give a good example. Like someone that owns a cold room now, a cold room that is selling fish or even all those drinks that they hawk around.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that there is no for 3 weeks. How are they going to cope?
Mm.
Those fish is going to get spoiled.
Some even die.
Some is going to die. I'm talking about those that needed the lights to pump water
Yeah.
for the farmland. The ones that is being needed in the hospital
There are
for
some
light, for
instruments that
constant
they
light,
need lights.
to take to make out operation on people, and then they have to wait. Like it's not good. How long are they going to keep on depending on the petrol where something needs to be done for the electricity to come back?
So Stephen,
Truly, electricity is one of to me, I see it as the first impact to build an economy to a better state because most of the modern countries we have outside, if they don't have electricity, it affects the economy in every way, in big time. It affects the economy. The economy doesn't go, it doesn't move fast because one, we use electricity for security also. We use electricity for business. We use it to do so many things. I believe if the governments look into this and work on this electricity aspect, it will go a long way to reduce a lot of things. You need to really work on it.
talking about the quality of life agricultural development, how has electricity affected Stephen?
Hmm. The quality of life agriculture that's affected in a positive way, and it has also affected in a negative way. Well, like you said earlier, for the farm owners, some farm owners use electricity to power their farm. How to wet? Some use electricity to even wet the farm itself. Because if this works every time, and government knows what to do about it, it's a good win and it's a win-win for everybody.
You know, this modern farmland needed a whole lot of things. Number one, the tractors that they use, the harvesters all needed electricity to work. And then without all these things, you're going to be stranded. You needed electricity to keep some of the farm products intact because so that they should not get spoiled. So if there is not going to be electricity for you to keep them in the refrigerator and then seal the product, how are you going to sell? How are you going to keep it up? A whole lot of things is happening that needed the government that I expect them to do something fast about it, not waiting that they needed to a gang of or how will I even say an army, navy, air force, and all that is going to assist the electrician that will go to the north before they can repair it. It's part of the security that we are still talking about from day one because if there was a good security in the northern part, there I don't think that the government would be needed to assign any army or police before they say that they should go to the north. The security there is down, and now talking about no light there. Tell me how dangerous is going to be because it's going to get high. There was light before, and then people are still scared for their life to be. And now that there is no light, the street lights are down everywhere. It's total darkness. It's just pitch black. So how will the people there be safe? They're just going to be praying to God, let me pass this night so that something bad do not happen to me through the night because there is no light.
Okay, moving on. So, how can renewable energy solution address the power of deficit?
Well, there are so many renewable potentials because one we can if the government know that electricity is hard for them to give to the masses, we can also work with solar. We can work with solar. We can work with inverters. This is something we Nigerians would have emphasized on work on because some modern countries I always emphasize on modern countries because they always have this side plan B to everything they do. Once this app issue, they fall to this. Once this app issue again, they also fall to this. I don't believe fuel should be the second should be a plan B in this country. It should be a plan C or plan D because where we have electricity, we have inverter, we have solar. All these things, if we have really keyed into all these things, what is happening in the north now will be it won't be
Eh,
So
this.
I'm
now we
thinking,
are
I'm thinking,
saying,
the inverter as well consume fuel. If you know, the
not the
inverter
money because for you to
it
charge the
consumes
inverter, you must use fuel or light.
it consumes fuel as well. And then talking
And
about
because
the
I said the money for
talk,
inverter is much. Is what you are saying now when you are
I'm
talking
talking
about
about I'm talking
inverter?
about the
Do you
solar.
do you are you saying that the government should provide it for us? And how many people does the government want to provide the inverter for?
I'm
Will
talking.
it reach everybody?
See, if we have a good government and a good facility in this country, see most of all these countries we have outside, most of the European countries, government provides almost everything for them because one they are paying tax
Mhm.
and you need to protect these people. See, if you go, let me give an instance. Let me use Canada as an instance. If you walk into all these solar companies, all these inverter companies, they will list you these things for you pay them instrumentally till when you finish paying them. If Nigeria were to be a very good country and all these things would have been easy for us to go into. It would have been easy.
It's my own key in that is that inverter can actually be let me not talk about inverter because inverter is some is it's handled with all those big companies. It's being used by all those big companies and then they consume a whole lot of petrol
Yeah.
like crude oil for them. And talking about the solar system is getting much expensive now in the market and
It's very expensive.
it's getting expensive and then trying to say that the government needed to provide this thing. I think the number one key that I'm thinking of is the government to make electricity available as much as possible because those things it doesn't cost so much for those electricity to just bring into power. Imagine Nigeria giving light to Cotonou and then other nearby countries and then
Nigeria.
we in Nigeria we are in blackout and every time the power grid has collapsed.
17 states for that matter.
Power grid has collapsed and then I don't it, given now that inverter is just as if that you are trying to shut them off of what they have to cry for.
Because some people say you might not have the money to maintain it.
That is it.
You might give them inverter and they might not have the money to maintain it. It's like giving someone a plot of land and
That,
not having money to build a land on it.
there's all those
That's
small companies that are producing all those small solar panels that, and then in the next 1 month everything has already
That's
died, that you can't even use it up
at
to
all.
1 year. So
They'll say you
what?
take it out for maintenance, take it out for service. Where is the money? And we really like 10K. Say person will never chop, but they use 10K.
A small company, I'm thinking, small company cannot even afford an inverter. Talk more of fueling it every time. They can't afford the inverter. So talking about the big companies, the fuel price now has hiked up. So how much are they going to pay the workers? How much are they going to invest into buying fuel every time to make sure that their work is being done? How much is everything going to? Because a whole lot needed to be looked into this.
Yeah, inverter is good though. I'm not disputing that. But the money to maintain it to be out.
It's the companies that we are going to ask, because I can't be living in a one-room self-contained and then you expect me to go and buy inverter.
3 million, 4 million. It's not done.
Well, if I will always say if this government is because we Nigerians and our government our these people, let me say these people governing us, let me don't even give them this thing, because one, if we had we had an option B and option C to things in this country, one thing will not be a major problem to us in this
Yeah.
country. It's because we've so depend on electricity in this country that if there's no electricity, we can't do anything. And that's what make people now fall to getting fuel, getting gen. Was it not last month or last, I think few months ago, I saw someone using gas to fuel generator.
Yeah,
That's
they
even
use
got to an
that
extent
now.
whereby you even
Yeah.
use
First
gas
it
to
was
fuel.
this prepaid because
So if all these
even the
things,
Yeah,
lights
using
this
yeah,
thing was too
using
much.
using
Imagine
using
building a self-contained person, or let me say face me and slap you per month, maybe they pay 10,000. Where was
you,
they
you
see
know
the
you
money?
know you know you know
From there
what
they
what
do
I
prepaid.
understand
when
is that
prepaid came,
Yes,
it affected NEPA.
from ten
The
thousand
the
up
bill
to 30K,
the
some
bill
people 40K,
people started
60K.
knowing what their bill really costs and what they're
Exactly,
using
because
their
they
bill
were
to
not
do.
using the light and they are billing them 10,000
you
per
know
month.
you know you know what I needed to talk about this, using this gen for us. It has really, because even before now that this blackout has come into news, there are some place in Nigeria that does not even enjoy
Light at
24
all.
hours light, and then they are still coping with it. Some are there, everywhere you go, there's a place I used to
24/7
live
lights.
in Songo. This place for complete 1 year there is no light. It's not as if there's someone to, I was there for complete 1 year, there was no light. And then imagine how I have to charge my phone, how I needed to stay up and then charge my phone overnight, use money to charge it. It's leave 15 naira to 100 naira, from 100 naira to 200 naira, and then it keep on
I used to say
increasing.
this one, and now it's powerful, now it's 350.
I've
So it
even
keep on
seen
Imagine
increasing.
for charge for
And then
3 nights in a day sometimes. That's
imagine the
almost
education.
1,000 something
Imagine the
in a
people
day.
that are actually using laptop that needed to go online for educational reason. How are they going to cope with that?
And generator spoils all these things. It weakens batteries. It
Nigeria
weakens
for
batteries.
over 30 years now. Nigeria has been the best importer of generator. And see, the whole of this in Africa, in the world, Nigeria has the most importation of generator and the uses of generator. It has been something we've been fighting for a
You know
long
that
time
word of
ago.
I passed my neighbor.
It has been from I passed my neighbor to Tiger, from Tiger now everybody are running to Mekano. We are just see there was this video I saw online where someone went to Ghana. He did a video with a guy in Nigeria. Was like I come Ghana, I never see who dey drive Benz, who dey drive big car. The girl was like, na Benz you dey see. Since when I came to Ghana, I have not seen anybody using generator. I was so shocked. Now
Wow.
imagine, see the Ghana that we are giving, the Ghana that we are
That's
supplying lights to, the Ghana we are supplying lights to are the ones enjoying this, and we generating light for them. We have Kanji Dam, we have almost 7 dams in this country, almost 7 dams, and we are not benefiting from this light. We are really suffering serious, and we need international intervention for us to have all these things.
So
No.
what is government intervention? What government intervention are necessary, like you said, to improve electricity supply?
Well, if we keep calling on the government, they will later do what they want to
No,
do.
we still have to call on them. We
See,
can't just
We
ignore
will, we
them
will
because
continue. We will
all these
continue
people,
calling on them.
they know what to do. They can't tell us that they don't know what to do. See, governments are these politicians and government. They are very very wise. They know if they invest on solar, if they invest on inverter, it will really affect them where they will see their money from. They will see our government will not invest in what will favor the masses.
So
They
what
will
are
not
the
favor them.
intervention necessary to improve electricity supply? What are the intervention
Investing in
necessary?
the renewable energy infrastructure, improving grid management and efficiency, promoting energy as well, conversion, conversation and efficiency, encouraging private sector investment, implementing policy to reduce energy poverty. I think that is what I think the government needed to come into, because in the fact that we are going to say that the government, if we keep calling the government, they are not going to be doing anything. I think this is the most part we needed to call them into. Even if it's going to feel like it's nothing at all, we don't have
They should
hope
do
in him.
something.
We have to still call on them
Yeah.
to do something. Like they are saying now that before they could go into the north, they have to make sure that they call on the army and the other personnel and all that before everything could be done. That is still part of what we are talking about. The security there, the insecurity there is high. And then some of them are scared of their life, that they don't want it to risk their life into it. But I think that the renewable energy infrastructure is much more important for us.
Okay, let's say now, assuming government has played their roles, how can communities take ownership of energy solution, Mr. Steven?
So many communities have taken the initiative of even having their own power supply in their own streets. Because there are so many places now in Lagos. Let me use Lagos as an instance. If you go to places like Lekki, like Island, you see like the VI side, you see a street whereby they have their own transformer that supplies lights for them.
Okay.
They don't depend for on the government again.
Give them
In
transformer.
Banana Island, you see Banana Island, as big as Banana Island, they have solar system that supplies lights for all the houses there. So if the community themselves bring this initiative to themselves, it will also help.
So what are the initiatives they want to bring to themselves?
You know? Like I said earlier, they've brought bringing transformer to themselves, bringing solar things to themselves also help them too.
Can you buttress more on this, Ms. Bella?
Communities can take ownership of energy solution by developing community-led energy initiative and investing in renewable energy. Like that, what you just said,
And
buying
also
solar.
participate in energy cooperative.
Yes,
They
by
should come together, they should be one.
yes, but you know one thing about Nigeria
They
is
never
that
cooperate.
no, it's not the matter they will never cooperate. One person can actually cooperate, and then a whole lot of community can cooperate, and then someone from outside will walk into that space and stole almost everything that is
Yeah,
needed there.
I agree with you.
Because you can you it's going to shock you that there was one video that I watched, and a man in the middle of the night, a married man for that matter, in the middle of the night when he felt that everyone was already asleep, drive his own Sienna and then bringing out all the manhole on the streets. Like, so you can imagine the kind of heartlessness we Nigerians as well we are dealing with, because someone can just contribute money, even the government as well, they will contribute money and then they will build up the whole things for us, and then another citizen will just come from nowhere and then we start stealing from it. Someone is even got electrocuted inside because he wanted to steal cables from there. One was being called up. A guy took the picture of Third Mainland Bridge, of seeing the street lights that is already been broken under, and then it feels like someone wants to take. Like, this is not helping us. If you are still going to be looking at the blackout in the north, we are going to think that, okay, is it neglectness? Is it because it's been neglect, or is because the citizens there are actually taking what is not meant for them? The government is trying their best, is they are going to return it, but at the same time, how many of us have been trying to help ourselves as well? Stealing what does not belong to you, taking it away, and then leaving the whole state in darkness. They'll sell it out because they feels like.
Okay, let me conclude at this part. The blackout in the north demands urgent attention. We must act now to prevent long-term damage. Thank you, experts, for shedding light on the critical issues. And I don't call you expert. Viewers, demand action for your leaders. Demand action for your leaders. Support policy reforms. Promoting renewable energy. Engage with local organizations working on energy solutions. Together we can break the darkness. To be sincere, together we can break it. Thank you for joining us on your opinion as we shed light on the devastating impact of the blackout in the north. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to follow us on Global Entertainment. We love you. See you tomorrow, same time, same very same station. Bye.